Hi everyone, welcome to my channel. If you're new here, please subscribe, hit the notification bell down below. So today we're going to go over our masks for the month of June and review how they worked for me. So I did, I think, about 8 different masks this month, and some of them I did use more than once. They were not like a sheet mask. So what I will do is I will leave all of the masks that I used down below. I will list where you can find them and how much they cost for the full-size version of them. So let's jump into the video and review my masks for the month of June. The first mask I'm going to talk about is this one. So this is the GlamGlow Bubblesheet mask. This mask was hilarious. Okay, so the full name is the GlamGlow Bubblesheet Oxygenating Deep Cleanse Mask. Lots of words there. Now this is a mask that you put on and then you kind of just rub it in a little bit and then you let it sit and it just bubbles up. Then you take it off, you rub in all the bubbles, and then you wash it off. So it got extremely foamed up on my face, which was great. That's what I was hoping for. But it wasn't like a tickly, like I know some people say that when their face gets all bubbly, it tickles. I'm not a very ticklish person, so it didn't like tickle my face or anything. It didn't make it itch, it didn't make it feel weird, nothing like that. It just felt like it was getting clean. So I really did like that. It was a little bit hard to get the placement correct on my face for this mask. So when this mask did foam up, I had to laugh a little bit because I looked like the Cat in the Hat. I don't know, that's just what my face reminded me of. So that was just a little funny that I had with this mask. I did enjoy the foaming of this mask, and when I rubbed it in, it just felt really, really nice on my face. So that was a big plus for this mask. And my skin did look nice and mattified after using, which I like that. I know a lot of people like the shiny look. I feel like when my face is shiny, I feel like right now is how I like my face to look. It's not extremely matte, but it's not like I spritzed a whole bunch of like glow serum on my face or something and I'm just like, bam, you know, light hits me and I sparkle like a vampire, you know, nothing like that. So I did like this mask for that reason, that it made my skin look and feel very, very nice. However, this mask costs $9 per sheet. Do I feel like that is a reasonable price for a sheet mask? No, I do not. I would never, ever pay $9 for this mask. I can go to the Walmart and I can pay $2 for a mask, $1 for a mask, and they work just fine. There's no way I would ever pay $9 for a mask. So if this mask came in a cheaper form, I would purchase it, but there's no way I'd pay $9 for it. So keep that in mind, people. I know skincare is very important. However, I do not feel like this mask is something that you should go out and buy just because it's got GlamGlow on the label. So the next mask that we're going to talk about is this one. This is the Feel Harmony Rose Petal Facial Mask. Now this is supposed to be a toning gel and it is supposed to just deeply hydrate your face. I will squeeze a little bit out for you so you can see. Okay, this is really weird, but it looks like this. It's like a crazy looking gel. It's kind of got a yellow tint to it, which I think is just like the rose inside of it. The smell isn't terrible. You can definitely smell the roses. So if you are very, very sensitive to smells, I wouldn't recommend using this mask. Sorry, I'm just trying to put it back in here without making a huge mess. Like I said, this is supposed to just deeply hydrate and tone your skin, and I felt that it did do so. It did feel like it really tightened up my face, and I'm not sure how I feel about that feeling. Like, it felt extremely tight. So when you go to like smile, it almost feels like your skin kind of cracks a little bit. So I don't know, maybe it's because it was a gel type of mask that it did so. It left my skin feeling very, very soft. Not like a silky soft or, you know, like a baby bottom soft, but it just felt soft, like a clean soft. And it made my skin look extra shiny and bright. It took a lot to get this mask off of my face. Like, I felt like it just wouldn't come off my face. It wouldn't come off my hands. Like, I was scrubbing to get it off. I felt like there was just like a residue that was left over on my face after using this mask. So overall, it was a really nice mask. I felt like it did make my skin feel really nice. Like I said, the scent it's there. It's not overpowering, but it is there. So if you are sensitive to smells, you definitely will pick up on the scent of the rose in this and you might not like it. But like the downfall to this mask is just how it made my skin, like it just, to get it off. It made my skin feel great. Just getting it off was a pain in the butt. So I'll definitely finish it out. Would I purchase this out of pocket, like for the full size? I don't think that I would. I know the other Feel masks that I reviewed absolutely, I will definitely be purchasing the full size of that. But this one in particular, I wasn't the fondest of it. It isn't something that I would spend the money on. So the next mask that we are going to talk about is this one. Let's see if I can get it in here so you don't get a huge glare. This is the Hansen Antioxidant Infusion Sheet Mask. I received this in a Kinder Beauty box. Okay, so I did like this mask. What this is supposed to do, I'm going to read off the back because it is quite a lot that it is saying it's going to do for you. It's supposed to dramatically reduce skin redness, which I do have redness. I don't remember if I mentioned that in the beginning video. I do have redness on my skin, especially in my chin area. You can see it right now. It's supposed to soothe the UVA sun-damaged skin, noticeably improve skin elasticity, and rejuvenate and nourish your skin. This mask was messy AF, you guys. There was so much stuff like down here in the bottom of this. However, the top half of it felt like it was dried out. It was very odd. So I literally shoved the mask back into here and I just mushed it around to try and get the stuff into all of the mask because it felt like the bottom was just soaking and dripping and the top, it just didn't feel like it had enough of the stuff on it. So I did go ahead and do that. I thought at first that this mask was like a defective mask. It kind of freaked me out because it had a top layer on the mask that you had to peel off. I was like, I've never seen a mask like that before. It was very odd. I had to figure out how to peel that part off of the mask itself before I could apply it to my face. And then, per usual, the mask fit on my face so weird. And then it was literally crooked. Like the one side, you'll see in the picture, the one side just didn't sit as well as the other side. It was very odd. I did end up pouring the rest of the goo stuff, essence, whatever you call it, that was left in the mask onto my hands and then rubbing it in over the top of the mask just because I still felt, even though after I mushed it up, that the top half of my face wasn't as moisturized as the bottom. Like I said, it was like dripping off of my chin. I had to like really work it in. But this mask felt amazing on my skin. I loved it. It felt cool, but not too cold. Sometimes I put a mask on my face and it like freezes my face. It like makes you like jump. It's so cold. And then like I sat in front of a fan and when it hit, it just was like this nice cooling sensation. I really enjoyed when this mask was on my face. Now I expected this mask to have a really super fruity smell to it, but it didn't have that. I'm not really sure how to describe the smell of this mask. So this mask stiffened as it sat on my face. I don't know if it was supposed to do so, but it did. Probably like the firming action that it's supposed to give you. And then after a while of the wear, my skin did start to feel like hot in certain spots, like on my cheeks and my chin and my forehead. They started to feel like they were getting hot. And it was very odd to go with the opposite of the cooling sensation that I was feeling from this mask. Now my skin absorbed all of this mask. Like I let it sit on a little bit longer than it recommended to. I think it's a 10 to 20 minutes you're supposed to leave it on for. But of course I wanted to get as much of the moisture out of the mask as I possibly could. So it absorbed everything. And then there was just a teensy bit of tack left on my face. Not like over much. Like I've had some masks where it's like you stick and then you pull and it like pulls your skin with you. It didn't feel like that. And my skin felt super soft and plump after using this mask. I really enjoyed this mask. Now this is a mask that I would probably repurchase to use. I did enjoy it that much. So keep this in mind that it was a nice cooling sensation. When you're looking for a mask, I don't know how you like to look, but I liked the feeling of this mask. Like I said, it wasn't too cold and it just felt nice when it was on my skin. So I really enjoyed wearing this face mask. I felt that it did what it was supposed to do. It tightened, it plumped. It just felt amazing on my skin. So this is one I would definitely repurchase. The next mask that I'm going to talk about is another one that I received in a bag. Here it is. I'll try and get the glare off of it so you guys can probably read it. This is the Sur.Medic Age Control Multi-Vita Sheet Mask. So this mask is supposed to brighten your dull skin and make your complexion look better and, you know, just deeply penetrate your skin. So yeah, as you can see, it's all Korean. It does have one little section down here at the bottom that tells you what to do before using this mask. So this is a mask you're supposed to wear for 10 to 15 minutes. Now, again, I leave my masks on for a little bit longer because I want to get all of the moisture sucked out of the mask and into my skin that I possibly can. I don't know if you're supposed to do that or not. That's just what I do. So this mask was very fragrant and cooling. This mask fit my face better than like any other sheet mask that I've ever worn. It was amazing. The only thing was the eye holes were really small. I have a small face. I literally have a very small head. I can wear children's hats. So, and my eyes are not that large and the eye holes were very teeny. As you will see in the picture up in the corner, my skin felt so soft after taking this mask off. It was like probably one of my favorite masks that I have used. My skin looked soft, it looked radiant, it wasn't like glowing or greasy looking, it just looked like fresh, nice, clean skin. It is literally my favorite mask that I have used out of all the masks I've been using over years, guys. So this is definitely a mask that I would repurchase. And then another funny part about this mask is that when I put it on, every fold that it had, it did show up on my face. So I looked like a scar from the Lion King because I had this one line going right down the middle of my eyeball here. But otherwise, this mask is amazing. I will definitely be trying to find a replacement for this mask to purchase. So I highly recommend this mask. Okay, the next mask we're going to talk about is this one. Now, again, I received this in an Ipsy bag. I actually received 2 of them. This is the BioRace or BioRace, I'm not sure how to pronounce it, Intense Hydrating Spirulina Mask. So this is supposed to hydrate, replenish, and calm, soothe sensitive, dry, tired skin, deeply absorb, and boost moisture. That is a lot of claims to come out of this mask, okay? So this mask smells really, really good to me. It's like fresh and herby smelling, kind of like a homeopathic smell. I love that smell. A lot of people do not. So if you're not into those types of smells, if you're really sensitive to smells, I wouldn't recommend this mask. This is another mask that actually did fit my face, like perfectly, how I feel like a face mask should fit your face. Now, I'm not sure why, but when I did have it on for a few minutes, my face did start to burn and tingle a little bit. I'm not sure if it was supposed to do that. It says it's safe for sensitive skin, which I do have. So maybe that's supposed to do it to kind of plump your skin up a little bit. Now that I think about it, saying it out loud, I'm sure that's why it was doing it. So now I just sound like a crazy person. But yes, I'm just putting it out there that I do have sensitive skin and it's made for sensitive skin, but I still did have that burning, tingling sensation on my face. So again, there were some areas that felt a little bit drier on the mask, like in my chin and my cheeks and my forehead. So I did take a lot of the extra little essence or goo or whatever you want to call it out of the mask and rub it in those areas over the top of the mask to try and help hydrate more. So when I was wearing this mask, it was a very cooling sensation after the burning and tingling stopped, which was great for me because it was like a 90-degree day when I wore this and it just felt amazing on my skin. I had the fan blowing on it as well, and I really, really enjoyed the feeling of this mask. After like the couple minutes of burning in the beginning, about 15 minutes later, it did start to do that burning and tingling sensation again. I don't know. I think this mask you're supposed to wear for 15 minutes. So I think I let it go for like a minute. And then I just couldn't take the tingling and burning anymore. So I did remove the mask from my face and like rub in whatever teensy bit was left on. I wish I could have left it on a little bit longer, but I just couldn't because the tingling sensation just got too intense for me. Another thing that I did do is I took a little bit of the mask essence and I rubbed it onto the backs of my hands as well because they were just feeling a little bit dried out and just looking a little crepey. And I had assumed that it was going to make my hands look nice and moisturized and plump and everything, but they still just ended up looking really old and wrinkly looking after they sat on there for a little bit and it dried down. So I'm not sure what was going on with that. After I did take the mask off and rub in all of the remainder into my skin, it did take about 20 minutes for it to dry down to enough where it wasn't completely tacky. There was still just that little bit of tack that you expect after wearing a mask, but it didn't like completely dry down for hours. Like my skin just constantly felt like it had a teensy bit of tack to it. So about 20 minutes after removing is when it was enough that it didn't feel like I was gonna like, you know, if I got a piece of dust or something that flew into my face or hair, it wasn't gonna stay there and like, you know, stick to my face completely. So I just do want to let you know that this is a mask that I would probably purchase again, but I am not 100% sure if I was sold on this mask. I enjoyed it, but I think the burning tingling sensation kind of put me off a little bit. But yeah, this is a maybe list for if I would purchase again or recommend it. So if you have sensitive skin, this is supposed to be good for you. I'm not sure how well it worked on my sensitive skin. The next product I'm going to talk about, I did receive in another Ipsy bag. A lot of the products that you see me reviewing for my masks are going to be Ipsy bag products. So this is the Aphrodite olive oil face mask for all skin types, and it's a deep cleansing mask. Here is the little bottle sample. I really, really, really enjoyed this mask. So this one is supposed to be an instant hydration with aloe vera and spirulina extracts, just like this one is spirulina. So my skin felt super, super clean after using this mask. Like, it was like a soft clean, but not like a sticky clean, like where your skin is so clean it's like the squeaky, squeegee, rubbery type of clean. It felt like a soft clean. I really, really enjoyed it. I did use this along with the actual cleanser, the gentle cleanser that they have. So I don't know if that made a difference in how it affected the way my face felt or looked after use. Now the smell of this is actually something I do like. It's a little bit florally, but not too overpowering. And it smells like a little bit like a sunblock or suntan lotion, which I love that smell. I really don't know how to describe this smell. I enjoy the smell. This is something that I do like. So, and then it just kind of looks like a white little cream there. One of the big things that I do look for a mask is that it doesn't completely dry my skin down, that it doesn't make me feel like I didn't get enough moisture. I don't want my face to be super, super tight that I can't really move it afterwards. This mask did not make my face feel like that. I really, really enjoyed this mask. Didn't have the directions on how to use on the back. This is just the ingredient list, which does scare me a little bit. There's a lot of ingredients in here. I feel like this is, yeah, it says it's a natural beauty item. However, there's so many ingredients in this little mask. There wasn't any room for the instructions. So I did actually have to Google how to use this mask. You know, because some masks you do just put them straight on dry skin, some you put on wet skin. So you have to know how to use it in order for it to work properly. This mask, I really, really did enjoy. This is something I would purchase the full size of. But yeah, the ingredient list is absolutely out of this world. Yeah, so that's the only thing that deters me about this. But this is one that I would absolutely purchase full size. So the next mask that I'm going to talk about is the Origins Clear Improvement Active Charcoal Mask to Clear Pores. Now, I like to use this mask when I have my breakouts especially. So I'm not really sure how I feel about this mask. I don't really know if it works or not. When I do put it on, I do exactly what it says to do, but I feel like after I remove it, my face seems really, really red in the areas where it was and kind of like dried out. It's soft, but it just feels dry. And that's, like I said, something I don't really like. But I do notice that when I use the charcoal masks or anything for specifically my breakouts or pores, it does dry out your skin. It's probably just because I don't really have the oily skin like you would normally see with breakouts. And I know charcoal is great for oily skin. But like I said, I use it mainly in my chin area, in my nose area, and then sometimes just right up in here where sometimes I get breakouts. I'm not really sure if I see a difference after using it, if my pores are actually shrunk down a little bit or anything like that, because I do have the large pores. I just noticed that my skin is super, super red after using it. So this is not something that I would purchase the full size of, especially for the price. I know Origins is not a cheap brand. I do have a couple of other ones like the Sephora mask that is kind of like this one. So I prefer to use that one over this, and I feel that it does work a lot better. So I will finish out this bottle just because it is such an expensive product, but it is definitely not something that I would purchase the full size of. So not really one of my favorite masks that I've used in the month. So guys, that's the end of my mask video. I hope you enjoyed this video. I know it was kind of long. I tried to shorten it down a little bit, but there was a lot of masks to go over for the entire month. Some of these I have used multiple times. Like I said, not the sheet masks, of course, because they are one-time use, but the ones that do come in the tubes, I do use multiple times a month. However, I only take the picture once and show you the befores and afters and during uses and stuff. I hope you enjoyed this video. Let me know down below if you've used any of these masks, how they reacted on your skin, if you liked any of them that I didn't, or didn't like any of them that I did. Let me know down below if you've purchased these full-size items after receiving samples in your bags or boxes or whatever, or if you've just purchased them in the store. I am interested in finding out how many people actually use these and what their opinions are on them, as well as my own. So if you guys have any recommendations for me of masks that are your favorite that you'd like to see me review, let me know. I will happily go out and purchase them if they are within my budget, of course, because I'm not going to spend like $30 on a mask. That's just kind of ridiculous in my opinion. But yeah, let me know if you like this video, and I will be reviewing more for the month of July, and look for that video in August. I hope you guys have a fantastic day, and I will talk to you all later.